Hello and welcome, my uncreative cats. It's SJB here. And first of all, if you guys want to press that like button for me, that would be fantastic. Do the little Chris dance with me. Yeah. Today we're talking about stalling and anti-stalling. I want to show you guys a couple different examples of what this is, how to do it, why you should do it, why you shouldn't do it, and why it might matter in your game just a little bit. It's kind of an advanced technique, and I might make this into its own advanced technique video later on, but right now I want to focus just on the stalling itself and how this works. So there's two ways that Bloons, BTD Battles 1 and 2, both are very interesting, and that's all about money. Alright, now money is the key to Battles 2. People think it's all about the defense, but if you have infinite money, you can defend anything. If you have more money than your opponent, you can buy more defense. If you have more money than your opponent, you can rush more. If you have more money than your opponent, you can do a lot of cool stuff. So there's a weird way to play the game that a lot of people don't know about. There's both stalling and anti-stalling. It's very hard to actually say, I'm going to walk into a game and I'm going to anti-stall, or I'm going to walk into a game and I'm going to stall. But the way this generally works is if you notice the length of rounds and the length of games, there is no game clock, but they are different. They're not always going to be the same, and it's all dependent on the natural Bloons. So the natural Bloons are the Bloons that normally send out for round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 blah. And the basic idea is that the Bloons that are on the screen, if the natural Bloons do not get popped, the round is going to last longer. But if you pop those Bloons extremely quickly, it forces the next round to come out. And that's where this whole stalling thing kind of comes into play. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something called an anti-stall. An anti-stall is where you try to pop the Bloons as fast as you possibly can. Now you might be wondering, well, why the heck would I want to do this? And don't we always try to pop the Bloons as soon as we possibly can? Kind of, but not necessarily. We want to pop the Bloons as soon as we possibly can, and the reason why is because we want to go for a farm income, or an income that is going to be based on how many rounds passed, not how much time passes. So specifically, if you're going for banana farms or merchantmen or something like that, you want to make the rounds go by very quickly, because then your opponent going Bloon income is going to get screwed over, your opponent going ability income is going to get screwed over, but you are going to always make the same amount of money. No matter how much time passes per round, you make that money on the round. You're going to notice that the bananas, if you look very closely at them, on the longer rounds, they come out quite slowly. But on the short rounds, like round 20, they shoot out all the bananas all at once. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going for the best, cheapest defense I can. I'm trying to anti-stall, which means pop the Bloons as soon as I possibly can. Doesn't mean we pop them instantaneously or anything, but we try to pop them as soon as we possibly can, and then we get something like banana farms to make sure that we are getting a good amount of income in here. Now, I've also got a little bit of Bloon income over here as well, 513. I'm not doing bad on that side. But you're going to notice, this entire game right here, from the beginning, it's only been about 3 minutes so far. We're already in round 9. I want you guys to look at the other games we play and just see how long it takes to play these guys. It does take a lot longer than you might expect. Now, he's rushing me with a few zebras here. He doesn't have the best defense, and I know that I've got a crap ton of money compared to this guy. He's probably got a 600 income or something like that, but I forced these rounds to go by so quickly, this is ridiculous. Now, let's go for a rush, guys. Round 10's not even that long of a round. I've got an okay defense, but not good. We're going to go for a quick black rush here. We see an opening. Churchill does not pop blacks very well. He's going to use his turbo laser damage bombs and does a kind of okay job popping the blacks, but now he's open for a big mungo rush. So we're going to go for a big mungo rush. We're going to zebra rush it. We're going to Bloon boost this crap. And he's going to try to boost through this, but he's just not going to have enough defense because we had so much money to work with. He couldn't afford his Hydro Rocket Pods, and he couldn't defend that game. So that is the essence of anti-stalling. You want to try to pop the naturals as soon as you possibly can. Now here's a really good example of my opponent trying to do that against me. He's got an open very, very close to the front of the map here. He's got his Dartling gun trying to pop Bloons. Obviously right now he's not going to be doing the best job ever, but once he gets going in here, he'll be able to do a lot better job. Now, I was not planning on doing anti-stalling or stalling here. I just wanted to try something a little funky. I wanted to do a Churchill start and make myself just kind of get started in here with some extra Churchill experience, because he actually is really, really good if you get him early on in the game, man. It's just a little bit struggle-licious because people rush with greens and yellows and pinks, usually kind of kill you pretty bad over here. It can be very, very, very rough. So now you're noticing that Oben is able to pop a lot of these natural Bloons basically as soon as they come in, and that means these rounds are going to go by extremely, extremely quickly. Now, if you're paying attention and you're actually noticing this going on, again, an advanced technique, you might decide that maybe you should try to, if you have the option, get a different form of income. get the farms, get the merchantmen going. Sadly, I'm not that much of a professional, and I don't think I went merchantmen in this game because this is a post-commentary. I should mention that. So, I went balloon income because I didn't really see it. I didn't notice, guys. You didn't see those balloons getting popped so quickly, but you're going to notice that the rounds are going by fairly quickly. Not as quick as the last game, but still very, very quickly over here. It's already round 5. I only got 430 income. Usually I can get almost 500 by this point. So I'm definitely running a little bit slow here, at the very least, on my income. And I got to decide if I want to go group greens or pinks or what. I mean, if I have the extra money, I should go greens, but I also want to be efficient with my money and make sure I can actually defend things. Like if I need a cannon ship, I need to be able to afford that stuff. So that's why pinks are happening here. And it looks like it's just time. We're going to go cannon ship here. Sadly, I just don't think Churchill's good enough to just force a merchantman strategy right from the get-go. You need something else that can pop all the balloons. But believe it or not, cannon ship Churchill combo, it's got like a smidge of a black weakness, but other than that, it's got everything covered, man. It'll even have a pretty good amount of cam detection with Churchill alone, if you can get him up quick enough, which I think we did. So again, look at the anti-stall going on from this guy. He's popping all the balloons as soon as he possibly can, right from the get-go, pushing the rounds forward. So far, we don't see any farms or anything, so it really doesn't matter. When you see something like that happening, it could just be on accident, basically. He's not necessarily trying to force the rounds quicker. He's not trying to pull off a strategy. And that's why this could be kind of nuanced, because you might not even realize that somebody's doing it, or you might even realize that you're doing it yourself. I know on the first map that we played, I always call it logs because it just looks like logs. It can be really goofy to try to pop the balloon so quickly on a map like that, but you kind of almost have to. Kind of almost have to. Not necessarily, but it's like that's the best spot, just right at the beginning. So you always push the rounds very, very quickly. That's why people end up with so little money on maps like that. All right, so we're on round 9 here. For my bonus cam detection, I figured Spike Vector is probably my best bet. I've only got 730 income here, so because he pushed the rounds, normally I get 800, 900, maybe even 1,000 on some of these maps. Dude, I thought I did an okay job here, and I'm barely breaking 750. What? Chicka chicka, what? I feel sad, and I think one thing people do is they always go for a number. They always want to get that 800, or that 900, or that 1,000. And if you anti-stall, if you push the balloons to die quicker, people might try to get that number, reach that number, and screw themselves over by being too greedy. Because greed is pretty much the name of the game for Battles 2, right? How greedy can you be while still trying to pop all the balloons that could come out against you? All right, it's round 12 right now. He's got a pretty bad defense, but I think we're still going to have to just go for this spike ball factor. Because if he rushes me with something pretty beefy here, I could run into some major issues, specifically with camos and things like that. I noticed that he didn't have lead pop and power yet, or at least a significant amount, so I went for a quick lead rush, but it was a fail. But against a Hydro Rocket Pop player, I almost always like to try to go for rushes. I like to live dangerously. All right? Very, very dangerously, in fact. We can be so dangerous here that we can go for basically what we would call an all-out rush. Oh my god. Do we dare? Do we dare? I think we should. Let's go for a significant rush. Regional rainbows with a few ceramics and crap. He's going to boost this, which is good for us. We notice that he's still sitting out yellow balloons. Do notice that. When we see that, we see greed, 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 greed. He wants to reach 1,000 income or something like that. We're not going to let it happen. A full-out regional rainbow rush. Even if he can't afford Hydro Rocket Pods because he just spent all his money on yellows. No way he's going to get this stuff up. And I've got like a $10,000 regional rainbow rush. He cannot defend. And of course, we take him down right there. How can you defend that? You can't! Because you're too greedy, my friend. Anti-stall, bait you in the butt. So where do we take this? I mean, honestly, it's a really difficult answer. Anti-stalling is a much easier thing to pull off. You pop the balloons very, very quickly, and you make sure you're building either merchant or farms. It's pretty standard. As far as income is concerned, everything else is pretty even. I don't want to say that it's 100% equal in every sense of the word, but Ninja Kiwi has done a good job of quote-unquote balancing all of the towers at this point. So Druid income, Heli Pilot income, just regular balloon income that we're earning right now, and other forms of sniper income are all fairly well balanced. Not perfectly, don't get it wrong, but fairly well balanced. So it really doesn't matter what you're getting. As long as you just want some pops or want to get some income, you should probably get some of those guys and you're going to be totally fine. But, so, can you do anything with stalling itself? I would say try to stay away from it. Don't try to stall. One level that you can try to stall that'll work okay for you is another brick. If you build everything on the bottom, then the natural balloons survive for a little bit longer, and you can get a pretty good income. You can get 1,000 by round 11, no problem. Maybe even 1,100 or 1,200 if you really freaking push in the world, man. Whew! You get spicy up in here. But anyways, what I'm going to do in this game is I'm going to try to show you guys how you should leave yourself some options. You should, in your games, if you think that your opponent's going to try to anti-stall, or you think that they're going to try to do something sort of funky, you probably want to build either banana farms or buccaneers. That will give you, at the very least, options. Doesn't mean you have to use this strategy, but you can. And it's kind of weird because it's not necessarily a strategy. You don't revolve everything around this strategy. It's kind of like a little bit of built-in to your current strategy already. Should you try to pop the balloons quicker? Does he not have banana farms? And you do? And you can make yourself have more income than him because he's going crazy amounts of balloon income? Heck yeah! But it's kind of a double-edged sword because one weird thing about banana farms is usually you want to spend as much money as you possibly can on banana farms and spend the least amount of money as possible on defense, because then you're maxing out your banana farm income. But what does that usually do? Usually means that your natural balloons do not get popped very quickly because you spent too much of your income, or of your money, on trying to make income. Yeah, hopefully I got that out for you guys right. Hopefully that makes sense. Regardless, he's down to 24 lives right now, so he's got to be feeling pretty dastardly right now. And I feel like we have to keep on being aggressive this game. So what I decided to do is the best thing for me to do is keep on going pinks and whites and all that good stuff. And we want to go for a merchantman strategy. And we could try to do a merchantman anti-stall strategy, but realistically, this is where, again, it gets kind of goofy, and this is more of just a kind of fun little video rather than a 100% you should do this. He's got banana farms. So what does that mean? It means if we anti-stall, all we're really doing is making both of us earn more money faster and less balloon income. So it's kind of up to you on what you want to do, but in this situation, but today what we're going to do is we're just going to have some fun. So I want to show you guys one other interesting way that you can use different forms of income to your advantage. And that's by going just a couple of these merchantmen in the early part of the game. And what this is going to do is it's going to mean that every single round that you earn money, you're going to be making a good amount of money on that round ending. So what you should be trying to do is trying to time your merchantman builds so you always build your merchantman right before the next round is going to happen. Otherwise, you should be going a lot of balloon income. You notice we get a big chunk of money at the beginning of the round, but I don't really care about getting another merchantman until the end of round 8. But by the end of round 8, I want to make sure I have that guy. Otherwise, again, I'm putting money off of the table. An advanced technique here. And if you're able to do this, you're able to get a pretty good amount of balloon income in here, a pretty good amount of merchantman income, and then you can start to do something crazy. You can start to do a mix. Oh, you dastardly, evil human being, Chris. What? A mix? How does that work? Well, we're going to skip a little bit here, and you're going to notice that I have 1,500 income on round 16 with this many merchantmen. How did that all happen? I skipped a lot of steps. But basically, I started going for merchantmen until around round 13 or so, and I started going balloon income right after that. Full out, yellows, whites, pinks, everything that I can, spending all of my excess money on this stuff. And look at this insanity right here. We're able to get a ridiculous amount of money here. Now, he's got 2 banana farms already. He's making a decent amount of money, but I can guarantee I'm making more than him because I've got a good combo all across the board. And I want to kill this guy, so I'm going to be aggressive. Be aggressive. Moabs all over the place. Regen rainbows all over the place. Even with his juggernauts there, can we snake him through? Jugs are pretty powerful, got to admit. But the Moabs, come on, can we do it? Please. It's a pretty beefy rush from me, man. But it looks like he's going to... Oh, wait. Just about to sneak through, but they do not sneak through. Goodness gracious. All right. That's fine. We are on the easiest map in the game here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go with 2 reinforce. Oh, he's going to counter me, though. We're going to have to do something about this. South Main Cup for a quick second. We're going to go for an artillery battery. I think that's our best bet. I love artillery batteries for Moabs, especially on a map like this. It's just delicious. Micro is your best friend on this map. And we're going to take these guys down, no problem. On his side, though, he's definitely struggled a little bit, but it did stop my secondary rush. Any regen rainbows or other things inside of my rush here. So he's going to build more juggernauts and everything. He's trying to defend. He's going to struggle a little bit here. These are reinforced balloons. He's going to boost, but he's still going to pop that Moab there. Cocktail misses, and he boost. Oh, wait. That was the boost, I guess. Oh, no, did he balloon boost me on accident or something? I don't know. Anyways, he defended, but he lost 5 lives in that rush, just to show you how close it was for us to come kill this guy. So when you're deciding on what kind of income you should go at this point of the game, again, try, if at all possible, to buy your boats right before the end of the round. All right? It doesn't always work, but try to build it before the end of the round if possible. And that's going to give you that big chunk of change here. At this point, we're going to go for another somewhat significant rush. We're going to go for another reinforced BFB. Why? Because I want to be aggressive, all right? Don't hold me back. Hold me back, bro. I want to be aggressive. I can still go for some favored trades up in here while still going full pink income, so I absolutely, heck yeah, will do that. But I got to leave myself at least one out, because if he decides to rush me at this, oh my god, or something like that, might end up being a little bit tricky here, to say the least. But again, we're doing all right. I just don't know if I want to go up and save up all the way to a trade empire. I think I'd rather go full pink income for now and decide what I want to do later. But at this point, I think we have a very, very good decision to make for ourselves. How about a reinforce? Oh my god. Now this might seem like a stupid idea. He's got subs, Chris. He's got subs. Okay, yeah. True. But I have seen players make mistakes, and for me to send this out, it hurt me only 100, 200 income, and $11,000. That's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things, because I have a good amount of income at this point. So I figured, you know what? Again, we're going to be aggressive. Let's do it, guys. Let's throw it out there. See what he does against it. See if he screws up or does something stupid. And he goes for the sub. Kind of early, though. This is first strike. It's early! Oh, and that's why you don't go too early, boys. He popped it down to BFBs, and now he's going to struggle, look. All right, I don't know if he's going to be able to handle this, man. I do not know if he's going to be able to handle this. Let's go. Come on, little buddies. Come on, little buddies. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to be buddies with the blues. Come on, you evil buttholes. Let's go. Let's go. Whip. Whip these evil buttholes here. Come on, let's go. Whip them into shape. Little, oh man, a firestorming Super Monkey fan club ridiculousness here. It looks like he might pop this crap, surprisingly. But it's still a struggle. And they get to the end here. Can we stake him through? Oh my god. Right to the end again. Like, literally the perfect defense. If I just went for another, oh my god, he'd be dead. Most likely. Then again, maybe he would go for more banana farm cells or something like that, so we can't say it for sure. All we can say is perfect defense from him. Delicious gameplay so far. Okay. So I do notice one thing about his defense that is already very, very weak. DDT bomb. But we noticed another thing about his defense that's very, very strengthy. We notice he's got the bottom path, banana farm. Forgot the name of it for some reason. But this thing is a beefy boy. It makes you lots of money. And when you have that much money to work around, you can get a lot of stuff up for defense and a lot of stuff up to do weird crap with. $10,000 every round, guys. $10,000 on top of making money in the round. Okay, and the weirdest thing about this is round 26 to 30 are actually pretty reasonably quick rounds. 24 and 25 are very slow rounds, but 26 to 30 are not slow at all. At least compared to a lot of other previous rounds, especially with big mobs and stuff coming out. So he's still farming pretty hard. And we're noticing, I still feel like he's got a slight weakness, man. I still feel like DDTs are kind of a problem. Gwendolyn has the ability to heat him up and help them pop DDTs. And the weirdest thing about Gwendolyn is that is a scientist Gwen, which make them even more powerful against DDTs. But I still feel like they might be weak. So I want to set out a DDT. I want to see what this is going to do. But it's not just one. This one's not going to really test this out. We're going to go for two. All right, so we get the Firestorm and everything coming out. And with Super Monkey Fan Club, he is able to take those guys down. But it was all because of Super Monkey Fan Club. Guess what? Super Monkey Fan Club's going to wear off. Gwendolyn's not heating him up anymore. Can we take him down? And he's going to first strike this one. All right, 28. Guess what? 3 DDTs, man. Super Monkey Fan Club is gone. He's going to have to rebuy that. Heated up might work it this time. Heated up's not happening. Heated up's not happening. And at the very end, he first strikes it to pop up. But we have to go for more. We have to go for more. Reinforced this time around. Can you take him down, my friend? How are we even making this much money? I have no idea, but we're going to go for another dose. Now, he's counter-rushing me. He's still defending the first set, and he cannot get him. We take him down, and we are victorious, my friends. Victory is ours. So I know this kind of turned a little bit later on into a more exciting, cool little game here. But I just wanted to teach you guys a little bit about anti-stalling and stalling and see if you could kind of pick something up from my games. I try to do it live, and it doesn't always work out exactly as you plan because these are real people in real games. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys, and if you enjoyed, press that like button, subscribe, and have a super duper delicious day.